What?
Like a couple weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that was like 5 days ago.
That's fine.
But the creepy, like raper judge man, his name is John Doe, which is clearly a made up name. And I never made that connection until this last time I watched Strapped and Gorgeous. Literally JONDOUGH.
Maybe he actually thought he was in a documentary and he was never really casted, and they were just like, let's just tell this guy.
Go with it.
Mm-hmm. We're on, by the way.
I've seen him before. Oh, hello.
It's just a game for me now, just to tell you randomly when we're on.
It is fun.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Get you in your.
It's always a surprise.
It is. I dig it. Anyway, so you were gonna tell us a little story about something.
Oh, something that happened to me that was very strange this week.
Yes.
It actually happened to me yesterday. Or 2 days ago. Was that 2 days ago?
It was whenever I wasn't getting your text messages because I sweated on my phone.
Okay, so this first instance happened the other day.
Okay.
I was cleaning my house.
Okay.
Not that has anything to do with what I was doing. But anyways, I was opening up, I had gotten a bottle of whiskey and I had been cleaning my house. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking take a shot of my whiskey.
When you cleaning.
Yeah, because I was like, I deserve it.
Yeah, I'm gonna clean my house.
And so I was opening my bottle of whiskey, and I don't know if I told you this, Shay, but we have a couple of special herb plants growing in our house. And one of the natural ways to get rid of what are called aphids are these little bugs that like to eat your weed. I mean, your herbs.
I mean,
your boobs are huge.
I want to squeeze them.
So in order to get rid of those naturally, you can buy ladybugs and they'll eat them and then they die off. But so Chris bought about 1,500 ladybugs to put in our little room, our grow room.
In the house?
Yeah, it's in the house.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yeah, it was fine.
Well, that's kind of cute though. Ladybugs just running around. But anyway, go on.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm opening my bottle and I decide that I can't get it open with my fingers because I bite my nails and they're short.
Right.
So I use my teeth. I bit on a ladybug.
Oh my God. I don't know if that's quite like...
I thought I was maybe going to die because aren't they poisonous?
I think... No, the ones that I think that have no spots. But I don't know really why that is. I wonder if it's just a different breed of them. Or kind.
I don't know. They're red ones, but...
You bit it?
I went to open it, and I was like, why does that label taste so weird? It had the weirdest flavor, and then I looked, and there was a fucking ladybug falling off the bottle onto my counter, and I was like, God damn these fucking ladybugs!
So ladybugs are good luck, but I don't know what that means. Jesus Christ.
Maybe that means I just physically needed to ingest the ladybug for my good luck.
I guess so. Or
it was weird and it tasted really bad, and then I proceeded to rinse my mouth out like 12 times and was like, bah!
I still feel the flakes in my teeth.
And then I really did think that
you were gonna die.
I was gonna be poisoned for a second. I was like, oh my God, they're poisonous, I'm gonna die.
No.
And I was like, I'm fine, I'll just drink this whiskey. It'll
buff out,
sanitize anything.
It'll buff that shit out.
So that was my weird story.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's kind of sad.
It was really weird.
I mean, no.
So if you ever eat a ladybug, don't
do it.
Don't even do it on accident.
Damn.
Isn't that so? I just thought that was so fucking random.
That's a little random.
A little
random. Oh, well, that's neat.
So,
my condolences to the ladybug and his family.
Yeah, I think he fucking crawled off, so...
Are you sure he crawled off, or did you bite off his head?
Well, I think I bit, like, his legs or something, because he definitely was moving after... I didn't, like, crunch right into the center.
I almost find it impressive that you just, like... I mean, like, ladybugs are really little, that the fact that you only bit off their legs is kind of impressive. And the fact that their legs taste that disgusting.
Maybe I just got a little crunch on him, and he still was intact.
Maybe, and he was just like, what the fuck?
Leaked out his liquids.
Oh, sick.
Gross.
But fair.
Yeah, so...
Good on you. Good on you.
Good thing you got... But, you know, it's the price to pay to be natural and pesticide-free. Okay?
That's true. I mean, that's a pretty cute way to be pesticide free, except when you try to ingest them on accident. Anyway, well, that's neat.
Yeah, so that was my story for you.
Good on you.
But we have quite a story.
We do. We went to Tour de Fat last weekend.
Yes, we did.
And that was a scootin' good time.
Oh.
I was new scoot goofing for sure.
Oh my God.
It was.
You were doing the new scootin' boogie on that scooter of yours.
I was getting praise from people and I was like, it's fine. It's not even that. But I think a lot of them were drunk, which is fair.
It's fine. But everyone was like, holy shit, that's dedication. Because, as you guys know, Shay's leg is fucked up. And we still did Tour de Fat.
I did.
Shay rode her knee scooter.
And it's funny because it was just like, it's like they were assuming that I was going to always do the parade and I was going to like ride my bike and then I wasn't going to fall down or I was going to pick myself up and just do it no matter what. And the joke is like I'd never done Tour de Fat and I thought it would be hilarious to do it on the scooter.
I know, like, wow, she makes it every year. And you're like, yeah, this is actually the first one.
The first time, probably the last time.
First time, last time.
But the parade part was really fun. I mean, the costumes were crazy. My favorite ones were like the Mario Kart guys, and they were like on those big wheels, and they were hitting each other, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, they were on big wheel trikes. Like, I don't know where, and there were like 10 of them. So I was like, where did you guys get these?
They custom ordered that shit on Amazon, probably.
Yeah, they did.
It was cool though.
That
was really fun.
They had little balloon. Well, some of them had little balloons. There was another Mario Kart group. Yeah. They all had their little.
There was some interesting shit. I liked it.
There was some guy on a giant hamster wheel that he made.
That was crazy.
That he was just riding. How do you turn in that?
You don't. That's why he had like a little accomplice.
Oh, I'm ready to turn.
Not an accomplice. That's the wrong word.
Murder.
I know, like correct. Murder on the brain all the time. Like, he's gonna go murder somebody on the wheels. No,
hopefully not. There was also there was like a fleet of bikes that were like all sail. They all had sails on them. They were all like dressed as captains. And then I saw a picture of like this actual like bike boat that people made with like 10 different bikes. And it was like this one singular boat. Like, it's like, how do you come up with this shit? And it's just for one day of people dressing up like fools and drinking and riding bikes. But you bring your kids. I wish I had that kind of time, man.
But it was really cute. Like, all the kids out. It was like kind of nice. It was Fort Collins is pretty cool to host something like that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And we hung out with our friend Rosie. I finally got to meet Rosie. And one of our huge fans.
She's so huge.
She's a huge supporter of our podcast.
She is. And the other friend of yours.
Jess and Sean.
Yeah, Jess and Sean.
Yeah, so we dressed up as Spice Girls.
Yes. And you were scary and you were fucking on point.
I'm bringing back scary. I'm wearing my cheetah.
Yeah. Your hair was pretty awesome.
Target fucking tank top today. No, I just wore a bunch of cheetah shit and did my hair in pigtail buns and wrapped them with gold.
And I was just Cripple, a.k.a. Sporty Spice, because I just actually had more of my tattoo done. Yes. So I had to sleeve it up.
Yeah, and she looked like she also had a fucked up... I was like...
arm. Like, what'd you do to your arm? Like, it's just my tattoo. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, she sport wrapped her arm, and when I arrived, I was like, oh my God, Shay, what did you do to your arm, too? She's like, just the tats.
It's just the tats. It's just the tips.
Ooh, it's nice and...
I know, it's kind of... It's flaky now. I'm in my iguana phase. My reptile stage.
It's beautiful.
It's pretty. I dig it.
The cherry blossoms. Mm-hmm. Ooh, they're really...
cherry-y.
It'll look blossomy.
It'll look better in a couple of days after all.
An oil painting.
It does. It's the whole point.
It's beautiful.
Anyway, so we did that and we scooted. I think it was like 2.5 miles.
That's insane.
Up and down.
Oh yeah, I didn't ride a bike either.
No, she rode.
I wanted to support Shay / my bike was broken and I kind of forgot about it.
She rode a fucking Razor fucking scooter.
Yes, thanks Austin, my little brother.
And apparently I haven't been on a Razor scooter since I was 12.
Yeah,
and you kind of forget that they're made for 12-year-olds, so it only goes up so far. So she was hunched over the entire time, just like scooting away.
And I'm not that tall.
No, so it was
everyone kept being like, why don't you raise up your handlebars? I'm like, you guys,
as far as it goes.
This is all it does. I also taped the handlebars because the little foam pads were coming off.
Yeah, it looked very retro.
It was. And also, I think I was just when I was riding a Razor scooter when I was young, I just always imagined riding through the streets of the city, and I finally was able to do it.
The little 12-year-old was
just riding really happy. In the middle of the street, dressed like Scary Spice.
You're like,
that was like my dream.
Dreams do come true.
They do. I did
Aim
a couple
high.
wheelies.
Aim high. You did.
I almost fell one time.
It's fine. I almost fell a couple times because I was wheeling too
You
fast.
were the MVP. Like, no one had a fucking cast on.
No, it was.
We saw a lot of people.
We saw a lot of people, and then we went down and we went found some of your friends, and then we watched somebody vomit into their food tray. At
Oh, I didn't
Pete's.
see that.
Oh,
I just sat next to it.
It was pretty foul, and I was like, I'm done. I'm good now. I'm done. I can't do this.
Where was that? Illegal Pete's?
Illegal Pete's, and just these toddlers. They just don't. I mean, they're probably like freshmen at CSU, and they just don't know how to handle their shit. They don't know
I'm
how
just gonna throw open this cup and leave it
Yeah,
here.
that's pretty much what happened. He just like vomited, and my friend actually pointed and laughed at him, which was hilarious. And then I think he was so ashamed. He was like dressed as like Thomas the Tank Engine, which was perfect. And and he ran away, but then
he just steam engined off.
Yeah, and this little fucking asshole didn't. He just left his friends to clean it up. We did not see him again because I think he was like mortified or vomiting in the bathroom. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, he probably was just really fucked up.
Yeah, but anyway, so I was like, I can't do this with all these children around. I'm 30 and I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, it's quite a spectacle.
It is.
It was
really,
fun.
I really made me feel 30 because I'm like, oh my god, all these college kids look like they're fucking 12-year-olds, and it's freaking me out. So I gotta go. I can't drink with these fools.
Yeah, and also riding a scooter 2.5 miles, especially when
was
you have
exhausted.
a broken foot,
Yeah,
Shay,
I was exhausted.
or whatever it is.
No
sprained.
amount of alcohol was gonna fix that. No,
Contused.
it's not. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
It's just fucked up.
It's
You're
just
fucked
fucked
up
up. It's gonna take a
foot.
minute. It's gonna take a minute,
It's
but
fine.
it's fine.
Is
feels
it feeling
better.
good this week?
It feels better. It feels a little bit better, but
Oh, also we made a flag.
oh yes, we made the flag. The
So
flag
we'll
was
be
the best part.
posting about that. We'll do a little
It was
sort of fat post.
Yes, it was pretty awesome.
So be sure to follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, do it.
THURDYISH @ at the beginning.
Okay, bye.
Okay, we'll see you later. Okay, so
Anyway, so that was our little week, which was awesome.
yeah, we had a nice little weekend together. We didn't
We did.
record. We just hung out and
just
got
hung out
drunk
and
and
got-
rode on a scooter.
Exactly. People were doing shots in the morning at the house with children running around. It was you felt 30 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like,
'Cause I was
this
like-
is it. It was good times.
It was. Anyway, so
Oh, what are we drinking today, you asked?
what are we
Shay?
drinking? Reading my mind.
Well, Shay had. Do you guys remember our dragon fruit vodka? Oh, she still has it.
Oh yeah.
So we decided we would be resourceful and earth friendly and use up the dragon fruit instead of buying more.
It's what
alcohol.
Mother Nature would have wanted for
Mother
sure.
Nature would really be proud.
Yes.
So I was like, what's gonna mask the crazy sweet dragon fruit flavor? And so I decided to get a bunch of limes and mango Jumex.
And it tastes like a sweet tart.
It does,
And it's a magical.
It's actually not bad.
It's a party in a glass. It's a Capri Fun. I like it.
Well, I'll have to think of a cool tropical name. I haven't thought of one.
yeah.
A tropical dragon.
We'll think of one.
A sea dragon.
A sea dragon, like from the sea.
Like this, yeah. Like
Okay.
a mermaid sea dragon.
We'll
What?
keep thinking about it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut up and what'd you roll, Shay?
I rolled science, which this one was a tough one for me because I feel like we both have our favorite topics, which I don't know if you guys know this, but mine's crime and
Is it?
nostalgia. I think is probably one of my favorites, but my least favorite, even though it's good, this is all about what this podcast is about, is learning. I feel like I am having to cram for a presentation that I'm nowhere near prepared for
It's
at
true.
school in front of everybody in my underwear. And I'm like, well, I hope I get an A or at least maybe even a C+. So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah.
So you
I rolled
enjoyed science?
So I enjoyed science.
Well, maybe we need to talk about that topic.
No, it's a good topic because it makes me learn. That's the whole point of this.
Makes you learn some shit.
Yes.
Yeah, so
It's just a harder thing for me because I'm just like,
whatever. It is like
I'm not like that.
fucking cramming
Science,
the night before.
science
a
is
big
good.
test.
Science is good. Yeah, it's good.
It is good.
It is good.
No. But okay, cool. So you got science.
I got
and
science.
I rolled paranormal again. So
You got a good
we're
one
gonna
for
talk about
me?
some ghosts.
Good.
We're not talking about aliens today. Just ghosties.
I like ghosts.
I think I got a good one. It's fucking so random, but
It's okay.
was like, wow, I didn't know about this. So wow.
You're gonna be like, yeah, you really don't like science. That barely ties into science. But I was like, whatever.
Is it about crime? You should have done forensic
it's-
science.
I know, but I already kind of did that. So this
Every
one's
time
about.
you do
This is
crime?
more like science news, which is
Ooh,
fine.
okay.
Kind of. I mean, it's kind of like science, but
I'm gonna say it's science.
yeah, it's science light.
Okay.
We're gonna call it that.
It's a light.
It's science light.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
should we talk about our new topic, or should that be at the end of?
No, we'll talk about it right now. So we also decided that pop culture is kind of the same thing as nostalgia.
Yeah. It
I
can
mean,
be,
honestly.
for sure.
So we're gonna take that one off.
They're very similar.
They're very similar.
Sometimes.
Because I've kind of thought about that when every time I roll nostalgia, I'm like, but is that pop culture? But I'm like, no, but it is still nostalgia. Like, if I wanted to like talk about Backstreet Boys, it was a pop culture thing, and even like Spice Girls was pop culture, but it also could be defined nostalgia.
Exactly.
So we're gonna kind of combine nostalgia and pop culture together, and then we're gonna do history, which I don't know why we didn't do that before,
Yeah.
which is insane. So we're gonna have history as one, which I
history
love
of
that
whatever
shit.
the fuck we want to talk
Yeah.
about. So that's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
I
that'll be
already know
fun.
my first topic.
I already know mine.
I'm so glad we added it.
I know, me too. So that'll be a fun one for me.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So-
I've just been watching a lot of history shows lately and not other shows. And I've been like, I want to talk about this shit, but it's not necessarily about a ghost or murder.
I know. I don't know why. This is why I need to learn some science. I need to expand my goddamn brain to like think outside of the box. And I was like, why did we put history before? Because I'm an idiot.
No, we're just learning and growing and evolving like we all do as human beings.
Except without an expensive tuition, which is awesome.
Except without that.
It's perfect.
Just
Anyway.
let me still pay for it for a while.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm still paying mine, so it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
So let's just jump on into this then.
Okay, we'll see you on the flip side. So we just want to take a minute to tell you a little bit about Anchor, who hosts our podcast for us. And guess what? It's free, guys. So Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast, and they give you everything you need in one place, again, for free.
Everyone likes free stuff.
And you can use it right from your phone or computer. Even your phone, guys. We use our phones for everything. And now you can make a podcast on it.
Absolutely. And they have like this creation tool, which is really awesome. So even if you don't need like any fancy equipment or anything like that, if you just got a little mic and a little thought in your brain, it has a little creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast so it sounds terrific. And they'll distribute your podcast for you absolutely for free as well, so it can be heard everywhere. Super painless. It'll go from Spotify to Apple Podcasts to Google Podcasts and much more.
And the best part, guys, you can easily make money from your podcasts, which is what we're doing right now.
Right now.
So if you guys want to start a podcast, you totally can. Just download the Anchor button. If you're not already listening to us on Anchor, again, it's free. And
Did we say it was free? It's free.
yeah. So download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started on your podcast today. And we're back.
Look at you. You figured it out this time.
I did. I saw you push that button, bitch.
Yeah, because I wasn't distracting you with my wordplay. I don't even know what I'm doing. Jesus. Anyway, all right. Lay down some
When
paranormal.
you said wordplay, it reminded me of the song Wordplay by Jason Mraz that I love. Do you want me to sing it to you? Just kidding.
I was like going to say,
won't.
do I have a choice?
No, you do.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're not singing it. We're instead gonna sing about. I'm just gonna sing this whole presentation.
I'm so ready for this.
Today we're talking about the paranormal hauntings of Gettysburg. How random is that?
That's pretty fucking random. Were you just like
I literally
Old
Googled
ghosts.
a couple different things.
old ghosts? That
and
are
then
ghosts.
I came across like, oh, the ghost stories of Gettysburg, and I was like, okay, I've never really like
feel like
thought about
that's
it,
gonna be
but
very
a lot of
interesting.
motherfuckers died.
All right, but I feel like that's going to be very interesting and very just like
It's
kind of sad. Yeah.
It's kind of fucking sad. There's a couple real sad.
See, you could put that as history.
I could, but this is also
it's more
ghosty.
ghosts. Yeah.
This is about the ghost, strictly the ghosts, okay?
Just the ghosts. All right, I'm sorry.
So do you remember when Gettysburg, the Battle of Gettysburg was, Shay?
This is why we need to do history.
So speaking of history, I didn't know, obviously. It was July 1st through July 3rd of 1863. It was 3 days long.
Oh, I was going to say something different, but I'm glad I didn't to make myself sound stupider. So it's good.
The battle is the largest ever fought on American soil, with 165,000 soldiers fighting over the 3 days that it lasted.
It was 3 days?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
It was 3 days.
But I feel like that might have been, unfortunately, one of the days.
Hopefully that's not wrong.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not.
I think this was one of the days I probably fell asleep in class.
Probably. It was probably July 1st through 3rd that you fell asleep.
For sure.
What? Here we go. So up to 51,000 people died in the Battle of Gettysburg. Up to 51,000 people died at the Battle of Gettysburg.
51,000?
Gettysburg.
Giddy up, Berg.
It was the single most deadly encounter of the American Civil War.
Well, and that's what always doubled the digits, right? Was because we were fighting our own people. I mean, we were fighting each other, so that's why the numbers were always double. But it's still a fucking lot of loss of life. Even if you half that, it's still 20, close to 25,000.
Yeah, that's insane.
Which is insane.
In 3 days?
Yeah. What the fuck?
I mean, I think that's right. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think I am.
Isn't your friend a history teacher? Or is he an English teacher?
Mitch, are you an English or a history teacher? Let us know. I forget now. My friend Laura used to be a history teacher in middle school.
She'll set us right.
I'm a texter. She's fucking got all the
like, you guys are idiots.
You guys are dumb. So I had multiple sources tell me this information, so hopefully it's true.
Hashtag Wikipedia, what's up?
Anywho, so there are those who say that Gettysburg has not been entirely silent since 1863.
Places, again, not to go for 500, Alex. Thank you.
Okay, so some say that there are soldiers that still wander the battlefield, its bridges, and other nearby areas of Gettysburg. You can actually hear, either by ear or by EVP recording, the echoes of the battle and ghostly cries of pain and death. Like, multiple people have encounters of hearing battle cries and fucking like gunshots when literally there's nothing there right now.
Nope.
It's crazy.
Absolutely not.
So people have reported hearing battle cries and charges, followed by agonizing cries of men screaming and moaning. And it can sound like people are dying all around you.
Perfect.
So this is a really happy topic.
Oh my
Isn't
God.
that crazy?
It's disgusting.
I know about Gettysburg and you can go visit them and the people dress up and they like reenact all the shit, but I didn't think about all the fucking like obviously
the death that happened?
So much. Well, yeah, I mean,
it's like goddamn hollow ground
think
out
about
there.
how the fucking ghosts are everywhere, which obviously they all died fucking so suddenly. So fully formed phantom figures have appeared crouching in the grass or struggling with their backpacks.
Struggling with their backpacks.
Yeah, because they're little backpacks that they wore in the war.
What? But why are they struggling with them?
I don't know, like trying to get shit out of it. I don't know.
Hurry!
That's just one of the
Hurry,
things.
Bartholomew!
Get your backpack!
Get your backpack. You're gonna die.
Dora the Explorer. Backpack.
That's
what they're chanting.
That's what they are. And then they got shot.
So yeah, it's not just in the battlefield itself, it's also in the surrounding areas. People have seen straggling soldiers limping down roads and byways, peering through windows of like hospitals and homes where they died.
Over and like going like, sir, do you need some help? And like just somebody like turning with their face half blown off, and you'd be like, oh,
just wait for my story about that.
Oh, perfect. It was like I had ESPN or something.
You do.
Perfect. All right, keep going.
So the Gettysburg battlefield is practically a place of pilgrimage for American paranormal investigators, and they're almost guaranteed some evidence of the afterlife around there.
Okay.
And so that I just never like thought about it being like so popular, like, but
never been.
Obviously, duh. That was a lot of death to happen.
I just didn't know it was that much death. Again, probably fell asleep in history class, unfortunately. But that's insane.
Yeah.
Gross.
Isn't that crazy?
Because it's not like it's confined to a house. It's like everywhere.
Yeah. And I was actually, Chris was like, "What are you researching for your podcast?" And I was like, really random, but the ghosts of Gettysburg. And he was telling me that he went there for like school in high school. And he was like, I was like, "You see any ghosts?" He's like, "No," but it was like so eerie and like
it was just you could feel it,
like heavy and like really fucking weird.
Absolutely not. No, thank you. No, I don't.
Yeah, if you guys have ever been to Gettysburg, let us know. We'd love to hear how you felt while you were there.
Yeah, you're like, I felt like I was gonna vomit and then throw up.
Yeah, so creepy.
And then jump off the nearest cliff.
Great.
The end.
Hopefully not. So let's talk about the ghost stories, shall we? Because that's why I picked this.
This is why we're here.
So the first story actually began before a battle was even fought, and there were rumors that as the Union soldiers were heading towards Gettysburg, a ghostly white horse had been spotted riding through the mists, and it had a rider with a familiar face, and they believe it was George Washington. So there's like a rumor that George Washington's ghost like rode in front of them before like the battle or whatever. I don't know if that's true, but that's like a big, like a rumored story that happened that multiple people said.
It's like a good headless horseman.
Yeah, right? It's George!
It's just George.
Okay, so now let's talk about some actual ghost stories. So here's the first one that you kind of talked about on accident.
On accident.
So this one's the ghost of Highway 81. So late one night in the 70s, the McQuate family were driving down Highway 81 north of Gettysburg. It's a very lonely and deserted road. They hadn't seen any cars for miles, and it was at nighttime.
Okay, already setting up an awesome scene.
Yeah. So suddenly a figure of a man was spotted marching along up ahead. He was tall and stocky. He was dressed in all gray, and he had a hat and a backpack. They all had backpacks, Shay.
Well, they had to have their canteens and place for their tiny little but big bullets.
Both of the adults and the 3 children in the car distinctly saw a bedroll attached to the backpack and a long rifle butt in the guy's hand. And they definitely thought he was a real person.
That's
all of them, including the children, including the adults. But he was just like in the middle of the road and didn't even notice that they were coming. He didn't move out of the way. And it made Mr. McQuate have to slam on his brakes. The rest of the family screamed and braced themselves, but they didn't miss the man. And they were like, we are fucking hitting this guy.
Yeah.
So their car hurtled into a hedge and swung around. But they never felt an impact of hitting the man, but they were like, there's no way that we didn't hit this man. So each person in the car scanned the road behind them. They couldn't find his body. They couldn't see anything. So again, that was the 70s. You couldn't fucking call someone from the side of the road. So they finally drove away and made it to a Pennsylvania toll booth where where Mr. McQuate called and reported the accident. And the toll booth official did not seem surprised. He had heard this story a dozen times. He's like, I guess the ghosts are out wandering again. And the family was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
We fucking hit someone, send someone out. They thought this guy was joking. So Mr. McQuake became angry, demanding that the highway patrol be sent out. And the guy ended up they never sent out anyone, but they have that same story from so many different people that the same guy in the gray uniform wanders down that road.
The fact that, like, even in the 70s, like, they didn't hit anybody, but they're just being super honest about it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't happen now.
Please just hit someone, I swear.
They're like, no, we don't want to have any dealings with Frank Azard.
Yeah, no.
Jeez.
Don't bring in the strong arm Teddy.
No. Wow.
Yeah, isn't that
crazy? I love how they're like, fuck you.
Yeah.
It wasn't a ghost. We killed a man.
Yeah, seriously. So then, another story. In 1993, there was a movie made called Gettysburg. It was starring Martin Sheen, Jeff Daniels, C. Thomas Howell, and Tom Berenger. So they weren't the only actors in period costumes during the scenes that were filmed on the actual battlefield. There were hundreds of extras that were wearing the same kind of costumes, but there was a group of them that were dressed in Confederate uniforms that were gray, sitting around in the shade of the trees, waiting for their time to go on camera. And this older man came up to them, and he was wearing his own Confederate clothes, but he was covered in dust and it was like teared. And they also noticed that he smelled of sulfur and body odor really bad. And they're like, why does this extra smell so bad? It's weird.
Because he's dead.
Well, yeah.
The fact that, oh, gross.
So the guy talked to this old man, talked to them about how furious the battle was as he passed around spare rounds of ammunition. And then the guy went on his way. Naturally, the actor's first assumption was that it was just another extra and he was just a weird old man. So another puzzling fact was that the ammunition that the guy gave out was heavy, like proper musket balls, rather than the lightweight props that they had been given the whole, like, during the shoot. They were like the
real deal, yeah.
And so finally, they investigated further, and some of the actors went to visit the field wardrobe department and checked there, and they were assured that not only had the musket balls not been issued by them, but there was no old man on the cast list matching his description. And the mystery only deepened when the local museum confirmed that the musket balls that they had received were 130 years old, and that they would have actually been used in Gettysburg.
Sick.
Isn't that creepy?
That is disgusting.
Here you go. Bye-bye. I'm going to go smell up the afterlife.
That must be like some intense energy to be able to, like, I don't know, physically manifest like that. That's insane.
Yeah,
and
dude.
Disgusting.
Yeah, that's so weird. Like, what? And they're just, like, wandering. They're just, like, stuck there. Like, can you, like, do a massive, like, exorcism of an area? Like,
oh, I would
that
think.
Just makes me sad.
It's super sad. Like, they're just wandering around. I don't even know. I
just reliving the loop of fucking death.
Right? But I like that this guy was like, you know what? I'm going to fuck with these motherfuckers over here.
Yeah, or they're just like, yeah, this is fun.
This is fun.
You guys fucking dress up like us. We're the real deal.
That's what makes me wonder, though. Like, do they have a conscience, whatever?
Well, sometimes. Well, I mean,
do they have a consciousness?
Yeah.
Well,
because the story last week at the Hotel Colorado when they were fucking with the paranormal investigators, and she was like, "Will you stop shutting the light off? We need to get work done." And then
okay,
he did. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know.
So I always wonder
the fuck is going on.
But that's what we talked. They talked about that at the Stanley. Where what was it called? There was two types of ghosts. But they're the ones that they were like the ones that they're just in a loop and they're not even aware that you're standing there, and they're the other ones that are
interactive.
Like, the interactive, and but I'm just like, what is worse? Just the energy of something being there, and they're just in a loop, and it's just the energy of that, or something that has a consciousness and they are stuck.
That's way scarier.
Which is terrifying
to me.
Yeah.
So this is a really fucking sad story. Not to get any
sadder. It's been just a ray of fucking sunshine so far. Sunshine.
This is like so fucked up.
Oh, perfect. Bring it on.
This is the haunting of the Soldiers' Orphanage basement.
Oh my god, the title is even heavy.
Just fucking wait, Shay.
I'm already sad.
In one hollow, the body of a Union soldier was found. And he had died alone, and he must have known he was going. He had removed from his pocket a photograph of his 3 young children. As if it was like the last thing they looked at. It was out by him, next to his dead body.
Oh,
so
that's sad.
The press posted this picture in the news, and they were like trying to look for this family to like kind of so they could tell them that their husband had died or that their dad had died. And they did find his wife. Her name was Philinda Humiston.
Whimsical.
And she was a teacher and a mother of 3 little children, and he was her husband, the man that they found. So, so this was printed in the newspaper that it was her, and readers naturally sent her a bunch of money for her family, and she was then suddenly quite rich. But instead of spending it on a life of luxury, she set up an orphanage in Gettysburg to take in only orphan children from the battle. And then she grew old taking care of these children. Over 60 children passed through her care. But once she grew old, was like, I gotta pass on my lineage.
Right.
So she decided to entrust her orphanage to an assistant named Rosa Carmichaels. Mm-hmm. And what she didn't know was that Carmichaels was probably the worst person for the job.
Oh, no.
So one day after Carmichael took over, a little girl had fled from the house, and she was half starved and injured, which led to the credence of the story that that there is a bunch of child abuse going on in the house. And once Mrs. Carmichael took over, and they found out that the children were not only beaten by Carmichael, but given sticks and encouraged to beat each other. And in the basement there were shackles.
Bullshit is that?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And so in the basement there were shackles, and that's where Carmichael chained up children whom she selected to die. And they were left there disturbed only for torture with one of her many devices.
Can you imagine?
Until they died of starvation or from their wounds.
Can you imagine losing your entire family and then you be sent to this orphanage and they're like, yeah, well, sucks to suck.
Yeah. How fucked up is that?
I mean, it's
like
just,
this woman did all these good things for these she bought this orphanage, and she's like, I don't know.
This is just a horrible analogy, I guess. But I'm just imagining like Miss Honey having this school, and then she died, and then the Trunchbull taking over.
Yeah, that's basically.
And then she had like her little chokey downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Except it was real fucking life.
Oh my God.
No one magically squirmed their way out of there.
No, Mara Wilson came to this rescue.
No. And it's said by local paranormal investigators and ghost tour operators that the most haunted place of all is not the open battlefield, but in the basement of the soldiers' orphanage.
It's always a fucking basement.
Yeah. Stop building weird shit in basements. It's because they can hide.
They can hide. That's gross. Just because you're in the earth.
Let's go to a little happier story, okay?
Happier story of death? Perfect. Let's go.
So the Farnsworth House Inn is a historic building that played a key role in the Battle of Gettysburg. And on the third day of the battle, Union soldiers stormed the house and killed many of the Confederate snipers who had been posted in the house to attack and pick off soldiers on the nearby Cemetery Hill. Mm-hmm. So this led to the deaths of many of the snipers stationed inside the house. So one of the most common paranormal events that happens in the Farnsworth House Inn is that when the property is quiet and the attic is empty, the sound of a harp concert filters down from the attic, believed to be played by a spirit of a younger soldier who refuses to abandon his post.
No.
It's also common for phantom footsteps to be reported on the stairs and pacing the halls. Employees often report being followed as they go about their daily duties, but then once they turn around, no one's there, despite having them heard heavy footsteps behind them the whole time. They also guests and employees catch glimpses of apparitions and shadow figures out of the corner of their eyes, especially in the dining room area. And guests also report invisible beings sitting on the end of their beds at night with the mattress visibly dipping under the weight of a person when no one can be seen.
Disgusting.
That shit. Ooh.
But you know what it is? The creepiest of all of that is to me is like the music. I mean, when I can't. I would not be able to handle anything, but like I don't know, for whatever reason, sounds and like music, especially like harp or like music boxes, like I think that would probably be the scariest thing
randomly
for me.
Playing when like that shit freaks me out. Like there's also frequent reports of a female spirit who is thought to be the former matron of the house. She's described being very lifelike and is often mistaken for a living member of the staff.
No. Oh my God.
She's an older lady wearing 1800s attire.
Watch out for your boss. She's got black eyes, but that's just because she's angry a lot and eats a lot of licorice.
If she seems to be floating, she's not real. She does this
really cool magic trick with her legs. Anyway, go on.
She seems to spend most of her time in the hallways between the tavern and the kitchens, where she looks over the shelves at the items stored there, making sure it's all All right, did you store those right?
Yeah, if you don't do
You
it, I'm
little
gonna eat your
fucker.
soul.
I'm a fucking hunt you, bitch. She also has been seen in the restaurant where she often appears quite rude or cheeky to the waiting staff. One waitress described that an unseen force yanked her apron strings so hard that it made her spin around.
Dude, the fact
Fuck
that,
that.
again, that these manifestations that can actually physically touch you, that is just a big no for me.
Yeah.
That's just a big no.
Get off me.
Get away from me.
Yeah.
Ugh, sick.
Now let's talk about the Devil's Den. Shall we?
Where are we? Oh
Gettysburg, dude.
God.
Shit is crazy out there.
Noticed. Okay,
It's
noted.
hard out there for a ghost.
Gee, I guess.
Okay, so there's a large distinctive formation of rocks in one section of the Gettysburg battlefield, and that's known as Devil's Den. And dozens of ghost sightings have been reported there by tourists for years. Okay. One of the most well-known ghosts that appears there often is one of a barefoot man dressed in a butternut-colored shirt and a floppy hat. What a little cutie.
I know. I love it.
Isn't that cute?
This little floppy
Butternut
hat.
shirt.
He's like,
Butternut button up.
That's right. He was very fashionable for the time.
Yes, he was. Those who have met the spirit report that he always says the same thing. What are you looking for? Oh, what you're looking for is over there, as he points toward the plum run.
Oh.
And then he vanishes into thin air.
And a jokester. He's stylish. He's
This
just
is
the
what you're looking for.
The whole package.
He's a fucking modern day tour guide.
He is. Ugh.
I wonder
gross.
what's on Plum Run. I didn't look that up.
It's probably just more death and sadness.
What you looking for over there, young whippersnapper? I don't know.
Gross.
That's how he talks.
That's exactly how he talks.
All right, I got one more story for you, and this one's pretty... actually, I have two. I lied. Okay, so... Sachs Bridge.
Okay.
Ready for this? It was constructed in 1854. It spans 100 feet over a creek not far from the battlefield.
Okay.
And a group of paranormal investigators ventured out to Sachs Bridge to see if they could get some photos or recordings. And while they were there, a strange fog filled the air, and the group saw lights from across the field. They then heard sounds of neighing horses and cannon fire, which lasted over 20 minutes. As the last cannon fired, the fog lifted. The group then left the bridge, but 7 decided to return later that night to see if they could experience anything more. And the experience got even more terrifying when they saw shadow people darting by and heard men's voices. When they heard growling and the sounds of battle, they finally left. Growling.
Does anybody live in this town? Because my
hope to
children
God
would
not.
never be like, because they'd be like,
No.
my child has more imaginary friends and ghosts than they actually have physical friends. And sometimes we don't even know if it could just be one of the orphanage down from what's Trunchbull's fucking orphanage. Jesus. No. This is disgusting.
Okay, I got one more for you,
Okay.
and then we'll finish it. So Mark Nesbitt is one of the foremost authorities and authors on the ghosts of Gettysburg. He has
Okay.
I don't know, he's written 4 or 5 books just on the different ghost stories.
You're right.
And relates one of the area's most gruesome experiences. So in the Pennsylvania Hall at Gettysburg College, it's been the site of many Civil War era ghost encounters, but none can compare to this one. Are you fucking ready for it? So 100 years ago, this building was used as a field hospital for many of the fierce battles wounded. Hospitals. Fucking hospitals are places where people die and haunt.
Gross.
Anyways,
Gross.
on this night when these 2 administrators were walking around, they were taking the elevator from the 4th floor down to the 1st.
Okay.
Inexplicably, the elevator passed the 1st floor and continued onto the basement, which was storage at the time.
Oh, hell no.
When the doors opened, they saw a scene from the old hospital. Dead and dying men were lying about the floor. Blood-covered doctors and orderlies were rushing about chaotically, trying to desperately save their lives. No sound was coming from this room, but both administrators saw it clearly.
But what if they all had stopped and they just slowly turned their heads toward them?
Like this fucking Walking Dead.
I would have just shit my pants.
Oh my God. Could you imagine seeing this shit?
No. And then did just the doors close and they went back upstairs?
So, horrified, they frantically pushed the elevator button to close the doors. As the doors closed, they said one of the orderlies looked up and directly at them, appearing to see them with a pleading expression on his face.
Stop.
And then they went up and literally sprinted out and quit their jobs.
That's the smartest thing I've ever heard anyone ever do.
Just kidding. I don't think they quit. They might have.
I would have quit.
I would have been like, fucking bye.
Yeah, and you know what would have happened? I would have taken the stairs the rest of my time there. Fuck that.
Ew, but what if who's lurking around the corner of the stairs?
It doesn't matter. At least it wasn't a whole horde of them just like be like, help me. Like, fuck you. No.
God, that's insane. Anyway, so that's my ghost story. There's plenty more. So you guys should look up Mark Nesbitt's books if you want to read some more. Or you can Google some shit. Because there's
Hashtag vomitus.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's disgusting.
Just wanted to bring it back for you. Okay. I kind of want to go to Gettysburg now.
Sure don't. No.
I never wanted
absolutely
to
not.
till now.
That is terrifying to me.
Yeah, that's fucking creepy.
Because again, like it's not confined to one house or one structure.
It's like
it's
area
the entire
of
town.
land.
And who lives there on hollowed ground? And like just like let your child play on the little playscape along with like other little like fucking Nathaniels and whatever
Bartholomew's
and Sally's and Marcia's. No, I don't know if there was any Marcia's back then. Martha's
for sure.
Like God,
after
G.G.
Martha Washington
garden
for
lanterns.
sure.
Yeah.
It's a haunted fucking place.
That gave me the chills the entire time.
Good.
Gross.
So that was happy as fuck.
That was super nice.
Hopefully your science topics.
It's something. Science news. Science
news.
Science light. Is that a
science news?
Oh, is that like the bulletin, the news bulletin?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
Anyway, that's what I got for paranormal today.
That was a good one because I feel super creeped out right now. So
good.
Thank
you.
I
feel a little eerie, heebie-jeebie. All right, so time for science.
Time for science. Now we are.
Oh, we're back on.
We're back on.
We're live
with my science light. You guys ready to be annoyed with me?
Paranormal, deep, dark.
It was deep and dark, but it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm ready for you.
All right. Okay, so the reason why I'm doing this one is because I was trying to look for a topic, and then I stumbled upon this. I can speak. And I just thought it was ridiculous, so I just had to talk about it.
I'm excited.
Which I'm pretty sure everyone's heard about it by now because it is so ridiculous. But
Fire Festival?
No, I already did that. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It is the Uber Elevate.
I have no idea what you're talking about. So perfect.
Really?
No.
You've never heard of Uber Elevate?
No.
What their next phase? Beyond cars.
Are they gonna give people elevator rides?
Nope, but you're close. It's
Time Machine?
It is an app-hailed air vehicle ride service. Currently in the planning stages at Uber.
What?
Yeah. It's like it's like an app-hailed so you can get a ride, like a flight on, like, but not like in the airport, like their own vehicles to Uber, like within like urban areas.
What? We're there.
We're not. I see.
When?
I look outside when I look at it on the street, and I go, no, we're not. But they are convinced that it's going.
If you go high enough, you can't fucking hit shit.
I mean, but
and if you get high enough,
but at the same time, it's just like, well, I mean, how is that even going to work? I mean, but do you want to guess like when they really want to launch this?
2050, 2030.
You're
2025.
2023.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God. We're all going to die.
We're all going to die. Yeah. Okay. Because I have, like, this is a short one, but, like, I feel like we'll probably have a lot to say about it. So.
Yeah, didn't know.
So there's a whole thing. You can go to uber.com and look up their Uber Element.
Is this just
plan.
to, like, gain more, like, fucking, like, customers? Like, yeah, we're gonna be fucking flying you guys to fucking 1984 next.
You're gonna put a
We're
DeLorean
gonna do Uber Time Machine.
It's true.
In 2025, so.
No, but they are That would be amazing.
Probably.
Uber tugboat. Be great. You can go backwards even.
No. Uber Pigeon Express. Always bringing it back.
Right?
Anywho.
Uber locomotive. So
Jesus, that is...
No, so they jumped over all that and they just like, we're going to get into the sky, right? I mean, we trust our drivers.
I mean, the street's the biggest fucking burden.
It really
Traffic.
is. So they think that like this is
Wait
like
times.
the next thing is like if you, and again you go to Uber.com, there's a whole thing about it, their whole plan.
Are they like creating cars?
No, well they are not, which I'll get to that, but like so you can see all of their like specifications for the type of aircraft that they want to be using and the design and all that kind of stuff.
That's gonna pick you up at your goddamn house?
It's not gonna pick you up at your house, so you have to drive there. So like again, to me, it's not going to make any sense to save time, but they're claiming that it's going to save time.
Airports.
Like
But
Uber,
they're in a city.
They're called skyports. So, yeah. So, it's...
Well, now I'm not that impressed. I wish they would just come pick me up at my house.
I mean,
That's fucking lame.
honestly, they're like, and in 2024, we're going to be able to pick you up at your house. So, Jesus.
Just give us a year.
Just give us a year. We're going to make wild and vague kind of promises and see what's going to happen.
So they're going to make all these airports for a year and then we're going to get picked up at our house?
Yes. So, again, it's only going to be released to a few cities right now. So,
Denver?
Nope. Sure not. So,
Hong Kong?
nope. Not right now at least. So
Minneapolis, St. Paul?
Minnesota. So Uber, what's called Uber Elevate, but I call it Uber Air, is because
You might as well.
I might as well. It is envisioned as a zero emission electric air vehicle service. That's why I made it as science, because it's trying to be a little bit more. It's not powered by gasoline.
It's not jet fuel either?
No,
Zero emission.
they
well,
want to.
fuck yeah.
That's
Uber.
what they're. Yeah, that's why they're innovative. But like, let's see if they can pull it off. So these drone-like 50 feet vehicles. So they said like they're going to be no bigger than 50 feet.
Are they gonna go 14 miles an hour?
No, they're gonna use four wing-mounted vehicle propellers for like horizontal takeoff, landing, and generating lift. And
So like a giant fucking hover.
yeah,
Fucking
so
whatever.
a single horizontal propeller, like affixated in the front of like a tail fin, provides like the forward thrust. So like just picture like a super fancy helicopter.
And are there
with, like, a
drivers
shit-
or is this automated?
Oh, I'll get to it, girl.
Oh my god!
So-
I have so many questions.
Okay, so Uber like has like paired with like 5 different manufacturers of these aircraft. They've already been in development. Again, you can see them on like Uber.com, like what they're gonna look like, and like
I wonder if I could be an Uber driver now.
Right. So like people like Boeing are in the game with this. So like pretty prestigious aircraft essentially.
A little bit.
So no pre-owned crap dusters, okay?
Okay,
So you can't just be like, I have a plane. Like, no, sir, you do not.
I have my own plane. You can check it out.
They're like, I have a 5-star rating on my car. It's fine. So the aircraft intended for the air-based lift services is a 4-passenger electric vertical takeoff and landing. So EVTOL. Craft.
That's a short.
Yeah, I know. They're like
EVTOL.
A, B,
Just
C, D,
hop
E, F,
on
G,
in.
like A through the Z alphabet.
ABC.
So vehicles are expected to charge for less than 7 minutes during like a 3-hour, during like 3-hour sprint windows, and less than 15 minutes otherwise, and have a range of 60 miles. Essentially, they're just going to be like, they're going to like turn and burn them really, really fast. And they're just going to have like these charging stations in their little airport thingies. And they're saying that the batteries on this thing can charge the whole thing up in 7 fucking minutes between each ride cycle. And then just like just so they can like turn them and burn them, which is insane.
I wonder how many accidents they're gonna have
I know.
when they first start.
Jesus Christ. So,
Well, I dropped in the middle of the road and then I got run over by a semi and my Uber Air.
1 star. 1 star. Only because I lived. So thank you. So they would, so the vehicles would pretty much, they would take off up to like 600 meters, which is about like 2,000 feet above ground traffic at speeds around 240 kilometers per hour, almost 150 miles per hour for us silly Americans.
But wait, you're only going in the metro area?
Correct, because they're just doing, so what they're doing is they're placing all of these, like they're placing like multiple, that's their plan is to place these skyports is what they're calling them, to all like to just different points of like an urban city. But again, they're only going to be in certain cities.
That's really fast to go a couple blocks.
Yes, but that's what they're saying. Like, for instance, they're saying like they're going to be able to get you across Los Angeles in 8 fucking minutes.
Oh, God.
So that's what they're saying is that they want to make it to where like it makes more sense for you to fly than you to drive. Instead of making an hour and 20 commute, making it an 8-minute commute.
Well, I mean, fucking, that would be amazing for LA but also like how many fucking people.
But you have to think about that as like, but then you have to like, number one, you have to get to the skyport and then you have to drive from the skyport. So it's just like, how much time are we really saving here? So that I feel like there's not a whole lot of.
Well, when you're in LA and it takes
that's
an
fair.
hour to get 4 miles.
That's fair. But like.
It saves a little bit.
It does. But like, they don't have like kind of, they're not really talking about that. Like maybe getting to the place and everything else and then getting to your destinations beyond the skyport. So anyway.
Yeah, and then you're going to have to wait for like, yeah, that,
so
I'm sure they'll figure it out, but
maybe. So
fucking sounds
in a year,
crazy.
So they will take off and land from massive skyports placed throughout the cities they serve, and Uber expects 1,000 landings an hour. And Uber is tapping they're tapping top architects to design like these densely packed structures on plots of land as small as 1 to 2 acres, which is insane. Yeah. So that's like what their grand plan is like they're just gonna, just have these skyports everywhere and everyone's just gonna use them and it's gonna be fine.
I mean, that's a great idea.
It's a thought.
And I mean, I'm sure when they were talking about like making airplanes for people were talking about the same shit. Like, oh, what? That's insane.
I'm sure, but they're talking about like doing like 25, like nowhere up to 6, like nothing past 60 miles. So they're talking about stuff like going from like San Jose to San Francisco. So,
Yeah, instead of driving.
I mean,
that's sweet.
I mean, the thought process is there, but it's just like, are we really? I mean, is it ready to launch in like 3 years? Like 3 years. So,
3 years is a long time,
right? But at the same time, they're planning to start test flights next year. So is
it free test flights?
Right. So the three cities are going to be Dallas, Los Angeles, and Melbourne, Australia. Oh. So it's not.
Yeah,
so
New York would be fucking hard to do that.
Right.
I feel like.
So they have to like pick. So they were trying to pick really mild climates where they're not going to have like an issue with weather and that kind of thing because. Like let's just like fucking like get our shit together with just like a mild climate. Can you imagine trying to do trying to figure all these things out within like and a snowstorm happens or Chicago. Passengers will plan and request flights within the same Uber passenger app used for ground transportation, which can you imagine drunk Ubering in the same fucking app? And just like, oh, yeah, seriously.
Shit, I got a flight instead.
I mean, seriously, though. Like,
You're right.
Can you imagine? Like, I mean, that's a big oopsies.
That's going to be a lot of
It probably
people.
should be a separate app. But, like, that's just me. There's a lot of drunk Ubering going on. So, I'm just saying.
You have to confirm it 7 times before you actually purchase the ticket.
Are you sure?
Are you really sure? Are you drunk right now? Are you high?
Yes, I want it. I want the whole thing.
Fuck it, I just want to go to San Francisco.
I'm going to go and I'm going to show him. I'm going to show him how beautiful I really am. Can't run from me, bitch. I got Uber Air. Like, come on. Jesus. Oh. So to answer
a lot happier than the ghost of Gettysburg.
So to answer your question, so early EVTOL.
EVTOL.
So they would be driven by human pilots, and I mean honestly though, like I would love to see the ridiculous resume. Like, hey, I have had 5 stars from at least like 5,000 passengers. Like, I can fly a fucking plane. I've got a clean record. It's fine. I mean, I
know how to fly a drone.
I offered my own plane, but you wouldn't take that. So I know how to fly a crop duster. So let me just go ahead and get behind the wheel of that bad boy.
As someone who's been rejected by Uber, they do have a good process.
Have you been rejected by Uber?
Yeah, because of my DWA like 7 years ago.
Perfect. Well, so they do have some standards.
They do.
Okay.
They never let me go.
So maybe maybe if they get desperate enough, they're like, you know what, Kathy, you go right ahead. If you have the confidence of a golden eagle, I bet you can fly. I don't even know.
I have the confidence of a golden eagle and a pilot's license to prove it.
I got it online of a 24-hour program. It's fine. I just answered a couple questions and played this clickbait game, and it was fine. That's all you need, right?
I think that's what you were supposed to do.
Right? So, but Uber's long-term goal is to offer the service with like pretty much like automated flights. Yeah. So like drones, essentially.
Well, they have like automated taxis and shit now in some big cities, like
which
Fiji
honestly,
and shit.
At the same time, it's almost like a catch-22. Like, do I feel safer with an actual like who knows what the like? Because if they want to have 1,000 pickups and like whatever, like in an hour, I mean, they're gonna have to fill those spots. If that's really what their goal is, but let's see what the reality is gonna be. But I mean, I can't imagine that. But so I don't know if you want like this kind of maybe questionable pilot or something that's going to be automated. Like I almost would trust the other thing. Yeah. Unfortunately. So the FFA.
Goddamn robots are taking over.
They are taking everyone's jobs, including the ones that shouldn't even be taken.
Oh, you're right.
Jesus Christ. So Uber's head of product, Jeff Holden, described a scheme that involves carving out a corridor of airspace over, like, for instance, Dallas-Fort Worth, who is going to be one of the test cities, that commercial vehicles would avoid, like airplanes and shit like that, and within which Uber would manage traffic. Fuck no. Like, you're barely qualified to drive that fucking car. So absolutely, you are not going to be, but I mean, at the same time, like, maybe it's going to provide jobs for air traffic controllers that are out of work or something like that. But like, that just has bad news written all over it to give like somebody else that, I mean, what if they don't hire somebody that's quite qualified? Like, I trust the FFA, but like, they want, and the FAA is like, you can go fuck yourselves. So the FFA would rather see like an integrated airspace, which makes sense to me, where everyone shares the skies with rules and technologies to avoid one another, which they view as a better long-term solution. And Holden clarified that Uber does see integration as the eventual goal, but separating traffic might be a good first step to get services up and running, because he just doesn't want to be patient, essentially, is what he's saying. The FFA chief isn't like having it, so it's just time will tell to see how that plays out. So right now, that's like, but Uber's being super cooperative with the FFA, obviously, because if they don't get past them, they're not going to be in the fucking sky. So they're just working hard to propose, like, no, but like, let's just do this one time. So hopefully we don't need like 1,000 do-overs. Yeah. So yeah, they want to be integrated, but right now it's just to get their project off the ground. So they want to like almost fast track it. FFA is just like, you need to do this right one time, because can you imagine? Because you can't just willy-nilly this. I am freaked out enough about like I don't like to fly, even though I do it. I am a nervous flyer. But I have a couple drinks and I'm fine. And for whatever reason, I'm like, if I'm by the window, I have control though. It's fine. I'm master of my own goddamn destiny. So I just can't imagine then putting a bunch of little drones up and then just hoping that they follow Uber's airspace rules or FFA rules. Like, that's a lot of fucking air traffic in the sky, and like to be bonking into one another.
Yeah, especially in the fucking metro area.
Yeah, and that's what their goal is. Just like 25-mile radiuses essentially everywhere, so to get you there faster. Which is, again, it's a great idea for places like LA and even New York. But even like New York is like the size of DIA, so I mean, it's just, I don't know if that would really work well. I'm not quite sure. But even like Dallas it's huge and it's clogged all the time. Like, to have like a thing to go from Dallas to Fort Worth would be amazing. Yeah. That would be incredible. But again,
I mean, it's just hard to imagine.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine. Right, and then just having like 1,000 pilots in the air, like 1,000 little planes. Like, and what if bad weather happens? Like,
yeah, what do you do?
And they're like, it's gonna happen in like a year. It's just like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Test pilots, but whatever. Anyway, so here's like the biggest thing, the cost, right?
Yeah.
So, Uber Elevate,
$500
right?
for 3
Uber,
minutes.
right? Uber Elevate will not be cheaper on cost per passenger mile at launch. Obviously, initially, the cost will be $5.73 per passenger mile, so roughly the price of like Uber X on the same distance.
Okay.
I don't really know Uber. I'm like whatever's the cheapest. So I have never even priced out Uber X, so I'm not quite sure.
Uber X is the like
it's like the fancier one, right?
Like the Escalades,
right? So, but in the near term, Uber says it will get the cost down to like $1.86 per passenger mile before ideally going down to 44 cents per passenger mile. So like what it is now, essentially, I think.
Wow.
The company expects the cost of operating like one of the helicopters, essentially, is what it is, will be close to $700 per hour. So
how are
there's
they
that.
ever going to make that?
Right. So how are they going to make profit? I don't even understand how, like, they're like, it's going to be cheaper to fly it than to drive, like, around someplace. That doesn't make any sense. If it's going to cost $700 an hour to operate these things, it doesn't make any sense. So to me, like, the numbers are not there at all.
No.
So, and there's an Uber helicopter service, like, already in place in New York right now. It launched, I think, on July 7th. And so just to give you an idea how they're saying that this amazing whatever is going to happen, and it's going to be accessible to like the entire public. So the helicopter service is in New York, and it goes from Lower Manhattan to John F. K. Airport in just 8 minutes. So the Uber copter is only available to those with platinum and diamond statuses of the Uber Rewards loyalty program. Platinum members must have earned at least 250,000 points in a 6 month period, so that equals like $1,200 in Uber X rides.
Perfect.
And diamond members at least 7,500 points in a 6 month period, and that's about $3,700 in Uber X rides. But you know, Uber Air will totally be available to everyone, right? Yeah. I mean,
no.
Seriously, that doesn't. So if you can't even make a helicopter affordable, how the fuck is this even gonna work?
Yeah,
stupid. I don't know. To me, that just nothing is adding up. I don't really get it.
I feel like they're trying to do it too fast.
I completely agree. And so Uber's goal is to start testing these vehicles, in 2020. So like 6 months, in Dallas, Los Angeles, and Melbourne, Australia. And have its first official ride in 2023. I'm calling bullshit. And a lot of people, a lot of stories online are calling bullshit. There's no way. Like, yes, you have the ride vehicles kind of in place. Like the 5 manufacturers are ready to go.
In theory.
They've tested it and everything else, and everything's good to go. But if the FFA is not, they haven't signed off on it. They're not, I mean, even though they're like, we want to carve in our airspace out just to be like, just to let us go in our little bubble. Like, fuck you guys. You're going to kill people is what you're going to do, because it takes one person that is not experienced in like a foggy day. I mean, I think, again, like I said, like, I feel like the skies are already crowded enough with fucking planes. I can't imagine being in like a densely populated area with a bunch of fucking helicopters flying around. That just freaks me out. I would never get in one. I would never get in one. Yeah. Can you imagine, though, like an accident, like, and then you just plummet 1,500 feet? Hell no.
Oh, just 2,000 feet. Why do you need to go that high?
Just to keep out of, like, whatever area. Because you're going to have to go over the buildings. That's what they want to do. So you're not weaving inside the buildings.
You're not, like, going up and down.
Fuck. I mean, Jesus. I just don't know how it's going to work in a year. Yeah, I think that they're too ambitious.
Well, at least they're just they're just testing, but with real people.
I know. With, like, they're not, like, it's not like with dummies. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry.
Just put
Sally's
some
got a
monkeys in there.
He's got a clean record. Don't worry about it. I just don't understand how it's going to work.
She only got a DWAI once in her life.
Yeah. And how fast they're supposed to like turn over this technology, like 7 minutes for a charge, and they're ready to go and just keep going. I just don't see how that's going to work.
I mean, we don't even know the technology that's out there, I feel like.
I know,
right now,
but still. I don't know. That one, it was kind of a crazy story to me that they're just trying to launch this in a year. Well, soft launch it in a year.
Yeah.
And make it like affordable when it's going to cost $700 to just run one for an hour.
They should do one from Fort Collins to Windsor.
Oh, that'd be perfect. There's no planes flying here.
Not at all.
It's true.
Anyway, that's...
And that was the other FFA's, like, big whatever. You're like, you're in an area that has, like, one of the most... And because I think Uber's kind of was like, well, you guys are already doing it with drones out in Nevada. And then FFA responded like, what? Well, you guys are talking about doing this kind of shit in, like, around airports that are, like... I mean, I think Dallas-Fort Worth is, like, the 4th busiest airport in the country right now. And I'm sure
Wait,
LAX,
they're doing this with drones? What?
Well, no. The Uber was kind of making their argument about how that the FAA kind of regulates like these, like there's like a project with like 10 drones that are flying around or something like that. I'm not quite sure what the project is, but in Nevada, and they're monitoring that. But we're also talking about carrying people. The FAA was like, we're talking about carrying people, and you're doing it not in Nevada where there's nothing out there.
Yeah.
And you're talking about doing it in these areas that have really, really busy airports already, and you want to add to that chaos.
Yeah.
And you don't want us regulating it. You want to regulate it, and that's just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, I heard a couple... I don't even know what it was. But isn't Amazon trying to do, like, drone fucking deliveries now?
Yes,
that freaks me out. By, like, packages flying over my head.
I ran across that, and I was like, I can't even get into that right now. Because I feel like I would have gone on a rabbit trail. But that popped up, too, is that how Amazon wants to get into the drone game where a drone fucking drops, which is, like, even more insane than the Uber thing. Because at least the Uber thing is, like, they're trying to just do it in an area where it's, like, we have to define, like, actual flight patterns. So, obviously, you're not running into each other. Yeah. But again, you put so many planes in the sky in a densely populated area, you're going to have more opportunities to bang into each other. And like a drone to just drop it off at your house, that doesn't make any sense. How would that even work? I'm like, what kind of Star Trek bullshit is this?
What if you bought a big TV or a fucking...
They just drop it from 50 feet. They're like, it's
rug.
Fine. Yes, it's fine.
Here you go. Arms open wide now.
Right. It just drops it like on your car. It's just like, it's fine.
Sorry about that. We didn't see your car from 2,000 feet in the air.
But we wanted to get it to you on time, so it's fine.
But it's early.
It's early. So
enjoy that.
Don't be a little bitch.
Oh, get over it. We fucking flew it to you in a drone. Isn't that impressive? Enough.
Oh my God. No, it's just insane. Wow, so yeah.
That's fucking weird. I literally have not heard of that.
That's my little short and whatever sweet story of the...
I don't feel as depressed now.
That's fair because it's so ridiculous.
I feel mind boggled.
Yeah, don't worry. New York's or mind boggled. Anyway, so that's how that goes. Wow. That was my science, and that was me cheating kind of a little bit because I was like, I don't want to learn anything. I'm just gonna regurgitate.
Culture.
Just kind of
that was science.
It's kind of science. No, science light. It's fine.
Your version of science.
It is,
and that was scientific.
It was kind of scientific.
I believe in you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's great.
Perfect.
Fucking
insanity.
Uber Air. Well, I'll definitely have the DWA off my record then.
Well,
and I've always wanted to fly planes.
There
so maybe
go.
I'll just be an Uber elevator.
They'll probably just be like, you know what? Just watch this YouTube video and you'll be fine.
As long as you follow these 4 steps.
We just need to have 1,000 like fucking departures a day per vehicle or per hour. Jesus.
Me and Chris decided to play Halo the other day.
That's adorable.
I can't even fucking control a joystick. Okay, so I don't know if I could.
That would be me crash landing. Be like, I just need one more do-over. Jesus.
I just thought I had to move it the other way, but apparently I went straight into the ground.
Unless like I see like that there's emergency parachutes in each and every one of those fucking things. I'm like, I'm not getting on.
Fucking just a big float.
Fuck no. I just don't also see like how it's gonna work because it's just like you have to drive to the skyport.
A couple years.
To get to, I mean, like it's not like it drops you off door to door, but I'm sure they'll be like, in 2024,
we'll drop you from 75 feet in the air right to your destination. With a parachute.
These disposable parachutes. So we're also green for the environment. They have a little holes on them.
Self-ejecting seats,
right?
For when you're ready to go.
You plummet to the air a little quicker, but just have a little bounce in your step when you land. Just what the fuck?
When you wear these padded shoes that are made by Skechers, you will be fine when you land.
Exactly. That's the only reason why we can actually even get this off the ground is because we're our sponsorship with Skechers. Platforms are back, bitches.
Yes, they are. I almost got my platform combat boots the other day.
You did. All right. Well, that
I
was
really
fun.
wish I did.
I know. No, you don't.
You're right, I don't. Those would have been really hot and really hard to scooter in. And you're right, I would have probably worn them once.
I know you.
Even though in my heart of hearts, I would have worn them every day in the wintertime.
I know.
Hashtag platform combat boots at H&M for $40.
Fuck that. They probably would have like fallen apart after like 4 wears.
Oh, I got some shoes. I got some shoes at Forever 21 before I went to Montana for that wedding. Wore the shoes for about, I did wear them for probably 45 minutes during the ceremony. Mm-hmm. I was walking in dirt and like fucking hilly shit. Shoes broke.
Yeah. Did they?
Literally snapped. So that was good. And then I threw them away. And they were only $15. So
See, that's worth it. That's okay.
They were also really uncomfortable to wear to a farmy outdoor wedding.
That makes sense.
So that was my own fault.
You didn't know.
Anyway, I just wanted you to know about my shoes.
I like it.
Oh my God, shoes.
Choose.
Anyway, well, I guess that's the end of our show. Well, I guess we should roll and decide where history's gonna go.
Oh yeah, wait, what is? Oh,
so
where's my phone?
Get it? Yeah, we'll just.
Well,
is nostalgia too?
Let's see.
Let's just.
Nostalgia is here. I'll just change it right now. No, it's pop culture is 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right.
So history is 4. History is 4, you guys.
You guys, history's 4. Don't worry, we're not gonna remember that. But if you do, that's good job.
Don't worry. I'm gonna do actually nostalgia up here for. Oops. Nope. And do / pop culture so we remember.
Yes.
Pop culture. Okay. Here we go.
All right, our first roll with the new topic. Here we are. Yes!
And I got 4. I got history. Yes.
She got it.
I got it. Okay.
She rolled 4.
All right. Go for it. Let's see what you got. Oh, perfect.
Can you hear me rolling?
Yeah. 1. And you got nostalgia / pop culture.
Oh my God, how funny. Our new topic.
So funny and fetch.
It's so fetch.
So funny.
Well, guys, if you want to check us out.
There it is.
That was me awkwardly starting my
I like how you're
spiel.
sitting up too, like you're like,
hello.
Hello.
Welcome. I'm Brie and that was Shay, and you just listened to our 30ish podcast. And if you'd like to follow us on Instagram, you may. We are at 30ish, THURDYISH. We love your topic suggestions. We love your little comments. Oh, I had a comment I wanted to talk about.
Oh, shout it out.
I gotta remember. Hold on.
Oh,
stand by.
It obviously wasn't that memorable.
Just
kidding. I'm just kidding.
It was.
I'm just kidding.
It burns. Anyway, so one of our listeners, Jessica Goswan, who was listening all the way out in California,
girl.
She sent me a link. Lisa Frank is coming out with a new fucking phone case with, I think, a brand called Casetify. Anyways, she sent me the link to it. You can get Lisa Frank fucking phone cases soon, guys.
Let me see this shit. If it doesn't have like Marky the Unicorn on it, I don't want it.
I think it probably, there's a couple. There's definitely an alien one. There's definitely some other ones, but my phone won't load.
Is it her classic pieces?
They're like Lisa Frank. Anyways, thank you, Jessica Goswan, for showing us that. We love when you guys just send us little things that we talk about, or little things that remind you of us. It makes us feel special.
It does. You were the best.
And yeah, we love doing this. We're having fun. We're glad you guys are listening and gaining some new people every once in a while. So that's exciting. But also,
I don't know what your phone.
I've been trying to post some more funny memes and shit. So if you guys like those, share them. Or don't. Or just laugh at them and tell me that you did. So I'm really excited for my Gacy one that I'm going to post later on. You guys will see it. It's fucking funny.
It is pretty funny.
But anyways, also if you need to go get a Lisa Frank fucking phone case, you can soon.
It'll be amazing. I think I found one. It's amazing. It looks like a compilation of all of her fucking stickers.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Check it out. It's fucking cool. Like,
oh my god, that is cool.
I would absolutely get this. It's pretty badass.
Yes. So anyways, thanks for pointing us out, sending us that DM. We love it.
It's
Keep
awesome.
them coming. But anyways, yeah, follow us,
Follow.
like us, tell your friends about us, or don't, and
That's okay.
just keep listening.
Yeah.
We love you guys, no matter what.
Review us. That'd be
And
nice too.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys are listening on Apple, I don't know how to do it on like Spotify or anything, but
I have no idea to do it on Spotify. I'm a simpleton.
give us a review.
I'm an
if
old
we cut you off in traffic,
soul.
let us know so we don't do
Always.
that. I literally constantly after I do something rude in my car, which I've done for my whole life, I now think about it and feel guilty about it because of that damn sticker on my car.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay.
That's okay.
Like, oh my god, they're gonna find me and they're gonna murder me because I just cut them off in traffic.
They would never.
Or I just had to speed in front of them quick.
That's true too. Anyway.
So yeah, so I guess we'll just see you guys next week, and thanks again for joining us.
You guys are the best.
Bye-bye.